Raging Cajuns defeat Sacred Heart 9-3 Saturday afternoon at the Teague. Wyatt Marks got off to a tough start. The first three Sacred Heart hitters all reached, and the first two scored. But after that, he shut them down, striking out 8 through 6 innings of work. Joe Robbins stayed hot, 3 base hits, single, double, triple. He drove in a pair. Cajuns go for the series sweep Sunday afternoon. 1 p.m., Nick Lee, the freshman, will be on the mound for the Raging Cajuns. Once again, your final score, the Raging Cajuns defeat Sacred Heart 9-3 Saturday at the Teague. Now let's go cover some basketball at the Cajun Dome.
But we hung on the second half, made a couple of runs. Defensively, we struggled. Finally went zone, and they hit a couple of corner threes, and then we went 1-3-1, and that changed the game. We had several defensive stops in that stretch and came up with big defensive rebounds and were able to score in transition. And got a couple of back-to-back baskets. Certainly Hayward's steal and layup was big for us. We made our free throws and were able to win the game rather easily the last couple minutes.
That's head coach Bob Marlin of the Raging Cajuns following his squad's 87-78 victory over Georgia Southern Saturday night at the Cajun Dome. Cajuns secure the 4th seed in the Sun Belt tournament next week. Devontae Walker carried the Cajuns in the first half while Sean Long was on the bench in foul trouble. Devontae Walker had a double-double in the first half, finished with 16 points and 16 rebounds overall. Sean Long almost finished with a double-double. He had 11 points and 9 rebounds in his final regular season home game in Lafayette.
But it is a strong performance by him and Hayward both. And I think that was the best thing about tonight, Tim, besides getting a win, is that those two guys played well and made a couple of shots. Casey made a couple, but Devontae scored and rebounded the ball. And we know he's capable. He's been practicing really good. But he hadn't had extended minutes. You know, Bryce was super the other night. Sean's been playing super for a long time, and he's just not been able to stay on the floor as long as he needed to. He helped us last year in the tournament against Texas State in the first round, and I think he can again.
You know, they was doubling him in the post, so he didn't get that much touches, so, yeah, I just had to step up.
Also in double figures for the Raging Cajuns, Casey Shepard in his final home game had 20 points for the Cajuns. Hayward Register had 14. UL dominated on the boards, 49-19.
Man, I just finished telling the guys in the locker room, this is a dream come true for me. You know, I didn't really get heavily recruited like a lot of my teammates, and I didn't really expect to play anywhere, so just having the opportunity to come here and be a part of a great program and a great city is just a dream come true to me, and I thank God every day before every game just for giving me another chance to live a dream. And I'm just thankful for that. I couldn't ask for more than this.
He can be good. It was funny when we walked off to sing the fight song after we shook hands, and Kevin Johnson looked at me and he said, "Looks like Devontae just won his starting job back on the last day of the season."
Stay focused. That's probably one of the biggest ones, stay focused, and we got to focus on the preparation. We got to take everything seriously, and then we got to believe. You know, everybody has to believe that we can win because we can. And if we all believe, we all buy in, and we all stay focused and give it everything we got, I don't see why we can't go and run off 3 in a row.
UL does get a bye in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. They'll take on the winner of Georgia Southern and South Alabama Friday around 5 p.m. Once again, your final score from the Cajun Dome, UL defeats Georgia Southern 87-78. Keep it tuned into 103.7 The Game and 103.7thegame.com for all of your Raging Cajuns basketball coverage. I'm Dave Schultz.